What's up there, ghost hunters? I have some paranormal related books that I'd like to show you. I'm going to jump right in here with the Booth Brothers Haunted Boy. This came from the DVD. This was the extra that came with it. And this is the excerpts from the Reverend Raymond Bishop. And this was his notes on the actual exorcism. And you can get more details on the Booth Brothers site. But this is pretty cool. This kind of came with it. This kind of, you don't really see this very much. Pretty neat. And this was just kind of got this from Chip Coffey. This is him growing up psychic, and he signed it for me. It's kind of neat. This was at Rhodes Castle. Been on a few ghost hunts with him. He's a real cool guy, and this is a good book. I'm about halfway through it. It's pretty entertaining, and tells about him growing up with his abilities. Pretty neat. I got this. It's St. Alvins, and for anybody that has not ghost hunted at St. Alvins, you need to go to St. Alvins and ghost hunt. This is where I took the historic and just epic the family, the Shadow family, full spectrum mid-daylight day walkthrough with the Ray Chasers ghost hunt weekend, and it was awesome. And this book here I actually bought there, and it's got all the ghost hunters that have been there and everything like that. And this is a good book. Got the details of the building and the whole history, pretty much of St. Alvins. And this one I just picked up at Barnes and Nobles. Poltergeist and Other Hauntings. I haven't started it yet, but this looks like a good read. It was recommended to me, and it has some pictures in it, but just something to have, especially if you're a ghost hunter. It's good to have this kind of stuff. You can actually get ideas, these locations and things like that where these have been. And this is good here. And this was from Rupert Matthews' Poltergeist. There, if you can see it. And this one I also picked up, Barnes & Noble, Florida's Hauntings. And this has everything from the Pensacola Lighthouse and some of these houses I'll be staying at. And I've already talked to the Historical Society. I'm going to be doing some investigations in some of these places. And there's a lot of things I didn't know about Pensacola right here, you know, in my own backyard. I didn't know that some of the places had the history that it had. This is a really good read. So anybody that ever comes down to Pensacola, you'll know where to go, and you'll know where to ghost hunt. This is really, really good, good read and a lot of detail. I've actually got a request in for Admiral's Row. I did a video up there to try to get into one of the buildings, and they're getting all kinds. Painters are getting all kinds of cold spots, things knocked over, tools missing, tools being misplaced, things like that. So Admiral's Row is supposed to be, all of it up there on the hill in AS Pensacola, supposed to be really haunted. So that's pretty neat. And one of our watchmen, who does not really believe in ghosts, was fishing during the moonlight down from the lighthouse, saw a full-bodied Civil War soldier, went over walked towards it, and it slowly faded away. He says, "Sean, I swear that's what I saw." I said, "Dude, I believe you. I mean, this is all of Pensacola. There's a lot of history here. So if you ever get to Pensacola, I'm trying to get the lighthouse gig going, get the lighthouse back open. But this whole COVID has kind of put a damper on everything. So, okay, moving on. This right here is the Thomas House Hotel book. This is probably one of the most haunted places I've ghost hunted, and I stayed the weekend there. And this is from Chad Morin and Kyle Cobb, two great guys. Everybody knows Chad is pretty much the front man of Ghost Hunt Weekends. He's a hard worker. This guy, I don't know how he does it, but he does all the events and schedules and going all over, and they are literally going all over. So if you haven't been on a Ghost Hunt Weekend, go to the website and check it out. But back to the Thomas House. This right here is a really good read. The church across the street, there's a lot of history. This book is on Amazon. I'm not affiliated with selling this or anything, but this is a really good read. If you ever get a chance to ghost hunt there, do it. I stayed the weekend there. Every camera I brought got something, and every voice recorder picked up something. And cold spot K2 hits, EMF meters going off, mel meters going off, and shadow about 3 o'clock in the morning, right over the ceiling. and then I slept with the TV on after that, and I think I slept with the light on, so being a little baby about it. But this is a good read and a great place to hunt, and Chad signed it for me, so pretty awesome. And this is right here, Haunted Asylums and prisons and sanatoriums, and I just started this book. And for most of you ghost hunters out there, especially up in the north and coast to coast pretty much, a lot of these asylums are open, and a lot of people are getting into them. They're opening them up for investigation. So a lot of you out there are seeing a lot of these places, and it's got pictures. I mean, already. Let's look here. Ashmore Estates, Waverly Hills, St. Alvins, Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, 6 Farr School, Mansfield Reformatory, and Missouri State Pen, and there's a few more in here. This is an excellent ring. I think I got this at Barnes & Nobles also. So this is just another great paranormal book and ideas for places to go ghost hunting. And this is a Brad Steiger release right here. A lot of you may have this book right here. This is Real Ghosts, Restless Spirits, and Haunted Places. A lot of ideas, really, really good reading. If this doesn't motivate you to ghost hunt, I don't know what does. But there's a lot of reading, and in the back I'll tell you a little more about it. I'm sure you can find this book anywhere. And tons of pictures, and just good reads. It's just a good sit down and read book. And again, a book like this can give you ideas and things like that. So you see the Amityville house right there on the corner. So man, that place, wow. So, and that's supposed to be, this picture here was one of the, probably one of the most spectacular pictures ever taken of a entity or a ghost. It's a pretty popular picture. So, all right, moving on. And we all know about, I did a video on this, Demons in Disguise, how when you're ghost hunting and you get a child's voice or child's EVP, is it really a child? You don't know. This is a really good read. And like I said, I did a full video on this, and it makes you wonder. I've been doing this, I've been ghost hunting for 12 years, and luckily, except for some scratches and things knocked off shelves, things like that, nothing too bad. I've got some pretty intense things coming up, and this right here always kind of, it's a good book. Steve Wahlberg, if you can find it. I did a, like I said, I did a video on this, and not to scare people, but this right here is a really good read, thought-provoking. Like, man, what are we getting into? I know none of us are scared, but you know, it's always in the back of your mind, though. I know it is. All right, and the best for last is probably one of the best authors and ghost hunters, I think, of pretty much all time, Hans Holzer. This right here is a very, very popular book, and people who don't know who Hans Holzer was, he was one of the oldest, not the oldest, but one of the earliest ghost hunters, and he has 120 books out. I found a lot of them on Amazon from every topic of the paranormal and everything. And if you haven't seen the Holzer Files on Travel Channel, do yourself a favor and check it out. Very, very good show. They're picking up on his old cases, listening to the old reel-to-reel, and listening to his voice, and reopening cases. And it's very, very interesting, some of the cases they get into, and sometimes finishing up some of the things that he was investigating. And this was a really, really good book. And this was, I mean, it's pretty thick too. And I'm going to try to get, if you look on Amazon or look on eBay, look for Hans Holzer's books. He's got a bunch. There's tons out there. And an interesting fact about Hans Holzer is, I Googled it, and you can Google it too. No one knows, in Wikipedia, no one knows where he's buried. Nobody knows. So if you know anything about Hans Holzer's burial or where he was buried, I think he died in New York. Leave it in the comments and let me know, because I'm curious to know. But the Holzer Files on Travel Channel, probably one of the best shows going right now. Excellent, excellent show. So check it out. And that's pretty much it for as far as my paranormal books. But if leave in the comments, let me know what books you have, what books you recommend. Put them in the comments and let me know. I'm still going through some of these things right here. I have a few books on order, and I'm going back to Barnes and Noble. I also have a Civil War. It's Civil War forts and places like that. It's not a paranormal book, but it's locations of a lot of the forts and a lot of the battlegrounds, and where a lot of battles took place. And I have that book up. It's up on the shelf, put away. But hey, thanks for watching. This, like I said, this is just paranormal books. Good stuff. Take care. This is I'm Sean from Gulf Coast and Beyond. Leave your books. Let me know what you have, what you recommend. Leave them in the comments. And happy hunting. We'll see you later.